This is Sasha Hu, the journalist from Chongqing International Media Center. It's my pleasure to conduct this exclusive interview with Mr. Akram Zeynali, the ambassador of Azerbaijan to China. Mr. Zeynali is an old friend of Chongqing. In February 2018, he has visited Chongqing as a member of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. And in 2019, you were just invited to Chongqing for the third time meeting of the Asia Info Non-Government Forum. So it's my pleasure to meet you here again. I will start with my first question. As your third tour in Chongqing, where have you been around the city this time, and what's your impression on Chongqing?
Thank you. First of all, let me to express my gratitude for interest to have an interview with me. I'm very pleased to be here and to have this chance to share my opinions and my ideas about the results of this visit to Chongqing. As you mentioned, this is my third trip to Chongqing, but previous two they were within the international organizations. But this time I am here to discuss the bilateral issues, how we can improve, how we can deepen, how we can widen the relation between Azerbaijan and the Chongqing, because as you know, Azerbaijan attaches great importance its relation with China, and of course the interactions and our cooperation with the regions of China is also for one of our priorities. So that's why I'm here today. I had a chance to meet the mayor of the city, and we had a chance to discuss with him how we can widen our relations. But yesterday I also had a chance to visit the Jianjin district of the Chongqing, because Jianjin is also a very interesting region, district of the Chongqing, because in 2003 the Jianjin district and the Sumgait city of Azerbaijan, they established the relations. And since that time, the reciprocal visits took place between the district of Jinjin and the Sumgait. And the last time, the delegation of the Jinjin district, they sent the delegation. Jinjin district sent the delegation to the celebration of the 70th anniversary of the Sumgait city. Of course, all the facts, they shows that Azerbaijan has a very close contact with Chongqing. But also within this visit, I had a chance to visit the museum today morning, the Three Gorges Museum in Chongqing. Yesterday, I had a chance to visit the comprehensive, the bonded zone, and also I had a chance to visit the Rato company, which is producing the engines, and Rati, if I'm not mistaken, that is one of the biggest companies here in Chongqing. Today we had a chance to meet the president of the CCPIT, and within this meeting we exchanged the views how we can develop our bilateral relation, how we can bring the Azerbaijan high-quality products to the Chongqing market, how we can attract the Chinese investments, and also we had a chance to meet with the leadership of the company, Yusin Wu, and we discussed what kind of cooperation we can establish to improve our relation in logistics sphere. So that's why too many meetings we had within this meeting, and I assessed the result of this trip very positive, because the Chongqing is very important city of China. Chongqing is very rapidly developing city. Chongqing has a huge potential for cooperation, and Chongqing has a strong industry. So that's why for Azerbaijan it's very interesting to to work very close. Today morning I had the privilege to be received by the mayor of the city, Mr. Tan, and we signed the agreement on the establishment of the relations between the Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic of Azerbaijan and the Chongqing. This is the new page in our relation with Chongqing, because the Nakhchivan has a huge potential for cooperation, and also we today discuss how the Nakhchivan and Chongqing could realize together some, not even the bilateral, the project, and even the project which can affect the regional cooperation, because after the liberation of the Azerbaijani territories and over the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict, Azerbaijan will connect with Nakhchivan with the railroad, which will open the new opportunities for the cargo transport through the Azerbaijan and via Turkey to the Europe from China. So that's why today we had a chance to discuss how, which role the Nakhchivan could play in that direction. And also we agreed to establish the relation between the universities of the Chongqing and the Nakhchivan, and also the Baku State University, and maybe exchange of the students, exchange of the professors. We had a chance to discuss what kind of activities we can realize in order to promote the tourism for both sides, how we can attract our the friends from Chongqing to visit Azerbaijan as a tourist, because Azerbaijan is a very beautiful country, and now Azerbaijan becoming one of the main the touristic destination for Chinese the friends. So that's why we know that the Chongqing is very strong, I mean, in terms of the sending the tourists abroad. So that's why the Chongqing is also priority for us to receive the tourists from Chongqing. So that's why we agreed, maybe we discussed the possibility of the opening the direct the flight between the Baku and Chongqing, and also maybe in future, if we have enough the capacity for tourists, maybe we can also consider to open the new direct flight from the Nakhchivan to Chongqing, if we can, of course, receive the tourists from Chongqing to Nakhchivan. Also in cultural sphere, we discussed some ideas, some events could be organized within the next year, because next year we are celebrating 30th anniversary of the establishment of the bilateral diplomatic relation between China and Azerbaijan. So that's why we reached an agreement that within the next year we can organize here in Chongqing as Azerbaijani embassy some cultural events, some exhibitions, some concerts, in order to bring Azerbaijani culture more closer to our friends in Chongqing, and to give more information about our the long history, about our rich culture, and through the cultural activities to bring the Nakhchivan and Chongqing close to each other, and also Azerbaijan very close to Chongqing. Also, we discussed the possibility of the organization of the bilateral visit the level of the leaders of the cities and the regions. So if the situation with pandemic next year will allow us, maybe next year we are planning to organize some reciprocal visits.
Okay, that sounds great, because there's no cultural exchange between these two places, and I think it's a great opportunity to let Chongqing citizens to better know about Azerbaijan. We just learned that there is a lot of export from Chongqing to Azerbaijan for the laptops, right?
Yes, you are right.
Yeah. Do you have any future products from Azerbaijan that maybe can import to Chongqing in the future?
Yes, of course. As I mentioned, the qualities of Azerbaijani products are very high, and mainly we see the potential for agriculture products. Recently, also within this visit, we discussed the possibility of opening of Azerbaijani trade house in Chongqing, through which we can present our products to the citizens of Chongqing. And we recently opened our trade houses in Urumqi, in Shanghai, in Luzhou. Next week we will open our trade house in Qingdao, then also Chengdu under consideration. But also there is the potential to open our next trade house in Chongqing. And Azerbaijan has an excellent agriculture products, which will be highly appreciated by our Chinese friends, especially by the citizens of the Chongqing. So that's why we are considering to open here our trade house, and through this trade house to present the products to the Chongqing market. We would like to enter the Chongqing market, and I believe that very soon our friends living in Chongqing, they will see more agricultural products in Chongqing, and they will like it. I am pretty sure about that.
Okay, thank you. Shanghai Cooperation Organization's Digital Economy Forum will be held in Chongqing this year. And do you have any perspective on the Chongqing's smart industry, especially in the manufacture? And is there any cooperation potential in this field?
First of all, of course, we are looking forward for the forum, and we are planning to be presented in that forum. Azerbaijan attaches great importance for the digitalization of the industry, and in that direction I would like to say that we would like to learn the experience of the Chongqing, because the smart industry here in Chongqing well developed and well advanced. So that's why, and also Azerbaijan also, I would like just to bring to your attention one fact, that the World Economic Forum, the Davos Forum, decided to establish the fourth Industrial Revolution Center in the Baku. So this is also for a smart industry, and maybe in future, of course, we can also use this center in order to exchange our experience and to share experience. There are a lot of things which we can take from the Chongqing experience, and so that's why this forum is very important, and the participation of Azerbaijan is very important. I believe that through such a forums we can get more information about the steps or activities taken by the Chongqing government for the smart industry, develop the smart industry, and which will be the good example for Azerbaijan maybe to use it in our country. So that's why we see it as a chance to learn more about the smart industry which you developed here in Chongqing.